latest on Cyclone Funani, which is making its closest approach to Rodrigues right now, is a Category 3 storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale as of 6 AM Mauritius time, February 7th. 120 miles per hour, a pressure of 958 is what we're giving it at this moment in time. Strong storm, it is going to be moving away from Rodrigues in the next few hours. Stage 4 on the CDPS. Extensive damage possible, but the storm center is going to be just far enough away to not impact the island particularly badly. Tropical storm force winds are possible but unlikely. Tropical storm force gusts could be occurring. There is the storm's position, likely to move off to the southeast as we'll see shortly. These are the distances in miles from local locations. 157 miles from Port Mathurin, that is just over 200 kilometers, and 528 miles from Port Louis in the Mauritius. Class 2 warning remains in effect for Rodrigues at this time. That will probably be lifted later today. And no other areas under any warnings from this system, but of course the next one moving in from the northwest could affect the region. So focusing on Funani, you can see it moving off towards the southeast over the next few days there. Could intensify further as it does so, by the way, in the next 24-48 hours. And then you can see the next system, Gelena, moving through Rodrigues by the end of the weekend, and then also following in the footsteps of Funani as it moves off towards the southeast there. So a pretty interesting period that we're having in the Mascarene Islands in the next few days. Probably going to be the busiest part of the 2018-19 season. Sea surface temperatures around 28 or 29 degrees Celsius, certainly warm enough for sustained strengthening for a little while yet. And looking at the wind graphic, Funani moving off towards the southeast there, possible further strengthening. It probably has until the end of Friday or even the end of Saturday before it starts to weaken, and we'll see whether it can intensify further, but thankfully it's not going to affect any more land areas apart from very sparsely populated Antarctic lands down there, which it will probably be post-tropical by the time it gets anywhere near some of those mid to high latitude islands. As it stands right now, chance of tropical storm force winds stand at around 30% on Rodrigues. Not much else to say really about this, just as again as mentioned, storm force wind gusts are certainly a possibility on the island. Rainfall amounts haven't been very large because it's on the dry side of the storm, and that's going to remain the case. So you can see how the models are faring there. Further intensification pretty much unanimously voted on from the models there. Wind shear is going to be rising by the time we get to Friday, and definitely by Saturday. Sea surface temperatures dropping off a cliff by the end of Friday, and the relative humidity is looking pretty steady. You can see the forecast track there, most models taking it to the southeast in varying degrees. Here is the latest satellite imagery. Those on Rodrigues probably want to see this imagery the most. You can see the island just to the southwest of the storm, and as I pointed out just then, it is on the dry side, so it is getting away pretty dry, and it looks as though to me, looking at that latest imagery there, that the storm has cleared the island by now. It will continue moving in the same general direction towards the southeast, might pick up some pace, might just about, one of those bands might just impact Rodrigues slightly, but that's pretty much it from this storm for land areas. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. Of course, you can come into direct contact with us by messaging Fool13 on Discord at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype, and our partners are also doing updates, Mateo e Cyclone Maurice on Facebook.